Hi, good evening. In the previous video, I had mentioned about the use of newspaper in improving your pronunciation. And today I just want to demonstrate how it's done. So I picked up the newspaper in the morning and I started marking words that most students make mistakes pronouncing. So I picked up the paper, the first English teacher that most of us in Chennai grew up with, the Hindu, and I started marking words. The first word I marked is this. Yeah, so it's entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship. It's pronounced as entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the word that refers to someone's ability to start something new, something innovative, and to take challenges and risks. So this word has come, the root form of this word is entrepreneur, and entrepreneur refers to a person who takes risks. So, and who starts his own business or his own venture, but something that's out of the box, something that's not usual. So this word, if you see, has its origin in Latin and French. The original word in Latin was prendere, and this word meant to take. Now from that, the French borrowed this word and made it entreprendre. Entreprendre meant to undertake. There's a difference between take and undertake. Take is physically take something, like I took the paper, so I'm taking the paper, take the paper. And to undertake is something like an activity, a project, something that you undertake. So this word came from prendere in Latin to French as entreprendre, and within French there were several changes, and the word enterprise was formed. Enterprise. Enterprise is to undertake an activity that's challenging, that's different, that's out of the box, and which involves risks. So from that word, French word, enterprise, the English borrowed it with the same meaning and same pronunciation and spelling, and then it changed within English to form the word enterprise, like how we say it, enterprise. From this word enterprise and the old word entreprendre in French, the new word entrepreneur was formed in English. Entrepreneur. So this neur is like girl, world, entrepreneur, or. So entrepreneur, and it's stressed with the second N, so preneur. And when you say entrepreneurship, so, and the person is called entrepreneur. So that is how this word is pronounced, and that's how it evolved, and that's what it means. The next word is something not so happy, but is something that is mispronounced very often. Yes, this actually is pronounced as suicide. It's got 3 syllables, suicide. What happens in most cases is they merge the first and the second syllable, and they say it's as suicide, which is wrong, whereas it's got 2 syllables and the suicide, so 3, suicide. So suicide is something that's mispronounced a lot of times by a lot of learners. So suicide refers to killing oneself. We all know the meaning because it's used quite often. This word was subject to a lot of controversy in the past, because in Latin the word se meant self, and it was pronounced as sui, and there was a different form for that word, like we have talk and talked, write and wrote. So there was a different form for this word se, and it was called sui, and the sui was used with another Latin word called cide, which referred to killing. It could be genocide, and we use this word in a lot of pesticide. So this word sui was merged with the word cide to form suicide. So why was it subject to a lot of controversy in the past? Because when you form words, every language has certain rules and certain set of regulations to form the words. Like if you see Tamil, every day there are new words that are being added to Tamil vocabulary because of the advancement in technology and other fields. So there are certain rules that you have to follow to form new words. You can't just form it just like that. So this word in that era did follow those rules. It just randomly took this word called sui, which is a form of the word, which is not exactly self, but one form of the word which meant self. So it took that form and it merged it with the word side and formed suicide. So there were a lot of protests against this word. I mean, this is not a proper word, stop using this word, and other things like that. A lot of articles written on that. But then it became very popular. Even before people could say that you should stop using this word, people started using it because they wanted a word to refer to someone's guilt of doing an action. When a person is guilty of doing something that he shouldn't have done, then that was they wanted a word to refer to that. So that is how the word suicide was formed. So initially this word meant to refer to a person's guilt when he does something wrong, when he is involved in something that's the society regards as unlawful. So from that it evolved to the word of killing oneself, because when one had done something that was unlawful, he was not given the proper burial. So he was just thrown away on the streets, and he was just buried across somewhere in a barren land. So when suicide, killing oneself, was also one of the biggest crimes that a person could commit in the olden days. I mean, it is still, but that's how the word evolved. So slowly the word referred to just killing oneself. So that's how the word evolved. I liked the bit where they said that this word had a lot of controversy involved and how it didn't follow the rules way back in some centuries before. So I think we should not just say that it was just in the recent past that English has been corrupted. Languages are known to evolve only with changes. And I have a feeling that English is the only language that has so many changes and so many evolutions and so many languages it is adopted it from. And the next word that I'm going to say is this. It's a very common word, but often mispronounced. It's pronounced as police, not police, because it says P-O, it's not po, it's P. Police, police, and it's pronounced as police. Police is, and there's one more error that a lot of learners make, is that they refer to the person serving in police as police. Whereas the police refers to the force, the group, the organization that takes care of order in the society. So the person serving in it, the individual serving in it, is called a policeman and not police, or in American terms, a cop. So we often say a person standing in khaki as police, but whereas he's not a police, he's a policeman. So the organization, the department that takes care of civilian order is called police. So this is often confused, and when they write essays, especially for exams, and you might find examiner marking it around there, and you might not know why he's done it. So this is one of the reasons. So police refers to the whole organization. It's always singular. Although there are, even if you have 40 policemen, it is still called the police is taking care of law and order. The police is in charge, so it's in singular. Like words like staff, this is also a word that is often used as plural. They say staffs, especially in a school or in any organization. They say staffs are having their lunch. Staff has got another meaning, which refers to a pole, a stick. So when you use that it has a plural, staffs. Whereas this word that refers to the members of an organization, then it is just staff, and it's always singular. The staff is busy, the staff is having their lunch, so the staff is unavailable, and you don't add s to that. So that's the same thing for police. So police is always singular, and it refers to the group, not, and the individuals are referred to as policeman or policemen in plural. And this word also has a very interesting word origin. It's evolved from the Latin word called politia. Politia referred to governments. If you've read a lot of classic literature, you will find this word politia used to refer to governments. So from the word politia, there was an English word formed that referred to the rules and regulations formed by the government as policy. So this word policy evolved from the word politia, and policy referred to all the rules laws that a citizen had to abide to follow. And from this word policy is what this word police evolved in English, and police referred to the department, the organization that was responsible for ensuring the law was maintained, all the rules were maintained, and the citizens obeyed or followed all this. So to maintain law and order was their responsibility. So that's how this word evolved. So we saw 3 words today. All of them have very nice, interesting word origins. I had a very good time, actually looking through it and finding out their word origin. And I'm sure you would have had a good time listening to it as well and knowing about it. What helps in word origins? A lot of them ask me, how helpful is it in actually improving your language? Sometimes when you're confused about the meaning, the pronunciation, somewhere deep inside your memory, this word origin will really help you. Which is why most spell-bee contestants insist on word origin, because it can give you a clearer picture of the meaning and how it evolved, and you can draw a small, a story inside your head based on their evolution, and it's very interesting to read about it. There's no one particular site that I refer to for word origin. There are different sites and different books that I look into, and there are a lot of theories about how word evolved. So I put all this together to come to a conclusion. So that is how it is done. There's a lot of extensive research that goes into figuring out the word evolution and simplifying it. So what I discuss are just the high points of word evolution. When I say high points, it's just the outline of word evolution. If you go deep into it, there's beautiful stories and a lot of information inside it. One day I do plan to do a separate blog on it. I will. And meanwhile, keep liking, sharing and subscribing. Give your comments and feedback and spread the word. Happy exchanging.